Yeah.
It's red panty night when you sign to fight me, yeah? Back at home with your wife. Just celebrate.
He's gonna go out. Shamrock looking to finish it. That's it. That is it. He said he was gonna do it. He said, I'll take his back. I'll choke him out. Everyone's been slagging me online. You got nothing to say now. I'm coming for everyone. I'm 10-1 now. The biggest star in the UK outside of the UFC. King of the North. You're looking at him. Liverpool. Stand up.
He's fast, he's aggressive, he's controversial, and he's taking the MMA world by storm.
Love me, hate me, I don't really care, just pay me and I'll show up.
Training alongside UFC sensation Paddy Pimblett and rising prospect Luke Riley, he's sharpening his skills with top-tier talent, potentially setting the stage for a bright future in MMA. From the underground circuit to the global stage, this is the fascinating rise of Shem Rock, starting MMA at the ripe age of 22. To put this into perspective, John Jones became a champion at 23. Shamrock's journey wasn't handed to him, it was carved through sweat, blood and sheer determination. Raised in a council estate in Liverpool, England, Shem didn't just grow up, he fought his way up. Life wasn't easy. His parents divorced when he was young, leaving his mother to raise 3 kids on her own.
My brother kinda left, my older brother kinda left at like 15, 16 and moved abroad. I'm the man of the house at 11, 12 kind of. I could go missing for 3-4 days when I was 12 and it wouldn't be a problem, do you know what I mean?
With no direction and too much anger, Shem found himself slipping into a life of crime. Arrest after arrest, school became an afterthought.
School just weren't for me, lad. I just thought I was going to this shit school, I didn't like it. I was already up to no good anyway, and I just thought, fuck this, so I just stopped going. I was just selling bits of weed and that.
But after hitting rock bottom, he knew something had to change, and so he made a bold move. He left the country. Shem fled to Thailand, staying there for 9 months, immersing himself in a completely new culture. But it wasn't until he arrived in Malaysia that fate truly intervened. Walking the streets, he spotted a sign that simply read Jiu-Jitsu. Intrigued, he stepped inside, completely unaware that this moment would change his life forever.
So I started training in Malaysia a little bit late. I walked in the gym first ever time. I'm thinking, yeah, you know, I've had fucking street fights and that. I'm in shape, I'm 22, I lift weights every day, I play footy every single day. And then at the end it's time to roll. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'll just start smashing people in here. Lad, I got absolutely crushed that day, lad. I got choked out by small Asian men, choked out by a 12, 13-year-old. I got choked out by the coach a million times.
After getting tapped out over and over again, Shem made a decision. He would dedicate himself to the sport. He trained 3 times a day for an entire year. He started competing, and soon enough, he began tapping opponent after opponent in competitions. But despite winning every single tournament, he had nothing to show for it, not a penny in his pocket. That's when his coach gave him a new challenge. Enter an MMA tournament. Tearing through the competition and absolutely dominating his opponents, Shem secured a spot in the final of Malaysian Invasion tournament, winning his first amateur title. Shem made his pro debut in 2017 against Malaysian fighter Joshua Q. Right from the start, Rock showed some flashy striking before quickly taking Q down to the canvas. Less than a minute later, the bout was over.
It's over! In the red corner, Shaquem!
In his third fight, Shem would employ the same tactics, taking his opponent down and strangle him. Carrying on his streak of strangulation, he faced Rocky Lee, a veteran of the Asian MMA scene. Despite a good submission defense, the same fate followed for the Taiwanese fighter.
挣脱呢，来看一下有没有办法 hold 住。不过这边直接终结掉了比赛。
After securing 4 submission wins at pro level, Rock was ready to showcase his improved striking.
Oh, goodness me!
A perfectly timed knee, followed by a sharp follow-up shot, sealed his first KO victory. His next fight back on British shores would be a quick one, a trademark rear naked choke. His first and only loss would come against Nathan Kelly. Shem struggled with Kelly's physical strength and got held up against the fence for the majority of the rounds. After breaking free, Kelly landed a swift combination that had Shem in trouble, a follow-up shot, and the Scouser was done. As if things couldn't get any worse, the Liverpudlian was sentenced to 6 months in jail right after the fight for crimes he didn't commit.
Took me first ever loss, and then I went to jail the next day.
Fucking hell, man.
I didn't even get to watch the fight back until I got out. 6 months later, I didn't even watch it back.
Is that what you did, 6 months?
Yeah, I did 6 months on remand and got a not guilty.
With his first loss caused by the lack of striking skills, Shem was determined to make a big statement in his next fight, working relentlessly on his stand-up skills.
One thing it did kind of put into me is to stay disciplined. All I done every single day was pad workouts and I just shadow box. Every day, just do loads of shadow boxing. I'd try and emulate styles of the people that used to beat me up in the gym.
Nearly 1 year later, he was ready to paint his canvas of beautiful violence against English fighter Harry Davies.
Here in the crowd,
Harry Davies in the red corner, Shamrock in the blue.
hits Harry Davies straight away.
Less than 6 seconds later, his opponent was folded and unconscious.
Shem
It was back to his bread and butter in his next bout against Mike Thompson. A quick back take and Shem was under the neck, winning the full contact contender lightweight title.
Mike trying to base out.
Oh, it's bad. He got it.
He's tapping.
Wow.
That's it, there we go.
So
Finish.
dominant.
Another finish in the first round. Shamrock here.
Yeah, they got to relax here. The fight is over.
fight
It's
is
fine.
over.
It's okay.
In 2023, the Scouser drew the eye of the Octagon MMA promotion. Octagon, which is one of the fastest growing mixed martial arts promotions in Europe, based in
$5, they get $50 in lineups when they sign up using code GURU. And this week on UFC Qatar, I'm going to go with Nurullo Aliyev to fight for more than 2.5 total rounds against Shamrock. I'm also going to go with Ian Gowrie to fight for more than 2.5 total rounds against Bilal Muhammad. I actually think that one's going to go to a decision. And I'm going to go with Shamil the Blob Gaziev to fight for more than 1.5 rounds against Sergey Spivak. 20 gets you 60 with those three. And that's what I think is going to go down on this card. So use code GURU at prizepicks.com. New users, $5 gets you $50 to use in lineups when you use code GURU. Let's get back to the card of UFC Qatar. Nurullo Aliyev versus Shamrock. Shem, I'm sorry, dude. It's Nurullo Aliyev in your debut. It's tough, okay? It's a tough one. I know Shamrock. Listen, me and Shamrock go way back. And Jesus Christ, I mean, this is just disrespect. He's only mixed. There's no need to fire shots like this at Shem. You know what I mean? But I was so looking forward to Shamrock versus Anshul Jabli, so I could be like, you know, you're watching a Shem show and all of this. I'm an elite grappler. He's a grappler. I'm an elite grappler. But Shem, I was watching the last fight and you're not beating Nurullo Aliyev, man. Do I think he should be as big of an underdog as he is? No, he's talented and he's good and he's from a great gym. Like Pimlich's gym has a lot of good fighters. They're probably the best. No, they are the best gym in the UK. Next Gen is the best gym in the UK. No way around it. However, Nurullo Aliyev's really good. You know, he beat Joe Selecki. And I know Joe Selecki's not all that, but Shem, your last opponent was not all that. It was way too close. It wasn't a split decision. I have no idea what the fuck the judges were seeing there, but it was extremely competitive in moments. And that guy took it on short notice. And he's shit. And I know you're not shit. However, you need to be looking a tad bit better than that. Maybe he's coming into his prime. And this is what we're going to see here. But Nurullo Aliyev, fair play, he had a close one with Rafael Alves. I think he was 22 years old. Coming into the UFC facing Rafael Alves in his debut, who has given problems to like Damir Ismagulov and other sound, like even against Drew Dober, he was kind of having some moments against him before he got hit with that body shot, and that was a better Drew Dober. And Alves is prime for a Dober KO loss, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to go against Shamrock in his debut. This is a tough fucking debut, man. I wish it was more like an Anshul Jabli or a someone else at the bottom of the lightweight division just to get our toes wet a little bit, you know what I mean? Smoke a couple people here and there, and then we get some momentum, and then we start looking towards these matchups. But I'm going to go with Nurullo Aliyev. I do think there's a chance at an upset here, but I think Nurullo Aliyev should be the favorite. Nearly 2-1, just under 2-1 is what I would say. He is good, and he's young, and he's had time off now. And he's only 24, and he's going to get better and better. And he looked good on the Contender Series. He looked good against Joe Solecki, who's not the best. Listen, Joe Solecki's not the best. And I also think this is going to a decision. This is going to be a 3-round decision. I just can see Nurullo Aliyev winning some of the scrambles. And do I think he might get stuck in a guillotine at one point, or nearly caught in a sub at one point, and maybe get his back taken for a round? Yeah, so I think it's going to be a 29-28 close decision. But I was watching back some Shamrock fights, and I was thinking, man, Nurullo's going to take this to a tad level above where these guys are taking it. I think the guy was like 12-5 that fought Shem, and he was kind of shit. Like, he'd lost 4 out of his last 9 fights or something like that, and that just don't look good to me. And I got a reputation of a good prediction person on YouTube to uphold, because as you can tell by the main and co-main event picks I made last fight card, I've only got the greatest of picks. Okay? So I'm going to go with Nurullo Aliyev, and I'm going to hope that Shamrock gets on the mat. You're watching the Shem show. He's a grappler. I'm an elite grappler. I hope there's going to be some edits. I hope he pulls it off. Big upset win right into the deep end. Give him some big names. I'm Team Shamrock, but I'm also logical and think this might be a bit much for a debut. So I'm going to go with Nurullo Aliyev. I will say that Shamrock ain't the same height as him. He's going to be a bit taller, but yeah, I'm going to go with Nurullo Aliyev getting this one done. But we'll see. I think 29-28, very close decision to Nurullo Aliyev. Prove me wrong. Shem, please.
Was not one of them I checked. Your boyfriend's in me,